Now, live, this is CBS 4 News at 11.
First at 11, a sea of lights on Texas highways. A mass evacuation moving at a slow crawl with the clock ticking and Hurricane Rita closing in on the Gulf Coast.
The powerful Category 4 storm is now packing winds of 140 miles per hour. It could make landfall early Saturday morning.
Cities in its projected path look like ghost towns tonight. CBS 4's Brian Andrews, Carrie Codd, and Mike Kirsch are there. Our team coverage begins with Brian in Galveston. Brian.
Hurricane Rita is closing in, taking aim at the Texas Gulf Coast, which is home to the majority of this country's oil refining industry. There are dozens of refineries tonight that are closed, but instead of talking about gas, let me show you what's happening with people who are trying to hit the gas pedal tonight to get out of harm's way. It is a sea of brake lights for more than 30 miles, heading up Interstate 45 from the coastal communities towards Houston and to points further north. This counterflow not only extends to Interstate 45, but also to Interstate 10, and there are a lot of people, even at this late hour, who are still going nowhere. As Rita churns her way closer to the Texas coast, the waves are crashing ashore on Galveston Beach. Coastal residents continue heading out of the potential strike zone, but all across the Houston area, the major roadways are jammed.
Like nothing we've ever seen before.
And so are the airports.
It's like a madhouse out there.
Along some evacuation routes, it's been faster to walk than drive in some cases. Traffic at a crawl.
This traffic up there is horrendous.
Many drivers are running out of gas, and the few gas stations that are open have very long lines.
Waiting here 2.5 hours. You hear that, people? 2.5 hours.
Adding to the congestion and confusion, cars and trucks are overheating and breaking down.
And after I stopped and got gas, my car wouldn't start, and I've been sitting here ever since.
This Texas City woman turned around and went back home.
Frustration, exhaustion, and confusion. You know, what are we going to do now?
Here on Galveston Island, officials believe more than 90% of the people who live here and visit here evacuated, got out of town. Despite that good news, there still are some holdouts.
You want to be on that bus?
Like this man, an amputee who is simply refusing to leave.
Well, of course, I'm worried about dying. I'm human.
And then there's 85-year-old Annie Smith.
I can swim like a rock.
By this time tomorrow night, the Texas coast here in the Galveston area should be feeling those high winds and the heavy rains from the bands of this hurricane making its way closer and closer. Also, we're getting word tonight that President Bush will be traveling tomorrow to Northcom in Colorado Springs. It's kind of like Southcom in South Florida, but Northcom. What they do is they oversee the military response to natural disasters. He's going there to check out what assets the U.S. military has in place to respond once the threat from the worst of this storm passes through Texas. Reporting live tonight from Galveston, I'm Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News.
And from Brian in Galveston, our Hurricane Rita team coverage moves now to New Orleans. CBS 4's Carrie Codd is there with the storm effects they're already feeling tonight. Carrie.
Well, Rob, that's right. You are seeing and hearing Hurricane Rita's effects. Check out the wind here in downtown New Orleans. This is what we've had most of the day today, off and on rain and wind, nothing major yet. And the question here is, can the city's levees hold? My photographer Kevin Martels and I went to one of the most vulnerable areas to Hurricane Rita. That's St. Bernard's Parish. They were hammered by Hurricane Katrina. That area is still a ghost town. They are still finding bodies there. And parish officials wonder if they've repaired the levees enough to withstand what Hurricane Rita has in store for them. As a gentle rain and wind cut across St. Bernard Parish, the city of Chalmette near New Orleans is again watching the water.
Hello.
Parish levee director
Yeah, Kevin.
Bob Turner might be the busiest man in town.
And last year was Florida. This year it seems to be Louisiana.
We toured the levees in St. Bernard, where trucks are hauling in dirt,
Hundreds of truckloads.
trying to repair the levees breached by Katrina.
This back levee we're on right now can handle tides up to about 6 feet above normal.
To understand what Hurricane Katrina did to this levee, think of a waterfall. When that water rushed over top of the levee, it spun hard, created these huge holes along the levee, and check out where the old levee ended up, out there in the water.
Right now, the homes are back over this way.
And they are worried it could happen again if the powerful eastern edge of Rita invades the parish. A few people remain here, walking their dogs, carrying on, but it's hard.
Really don't have no place to go because where your family's at, they're all crammed up in one place. So you try to spare the few people that you got, you know?
There are other signs of life, but all around destruction. The military and contractors cleared out. The folks left are staring at the impending storm.
So this is tropical storm warning. This is hurricane warning.
And the warning signs are there along the levees. And this battered, beaten St. Bernard Parish is praying Rita and her rains stay away. And back out here at Jackson Square, we can tell you St. Bernard's Parish officials say they can expect, or they can handle rather, 2 to 4 inches of rain. New Orleans officials say they can handle about 3 to 5 inches of rain. Everyone here tonight just waiting and seeing where Hurricane Rita is when they wake up in the morning. Live in New Orleans, Kerry Cott, CBS 4 News tonight.
All right, Kerry, let's look at where Hurricane Rita is right now and how strong it is.
CBS 4 storm specialist David Bernard live in weather control with the new advisory and future track. David.
Rob and Maggie, it's still plenty strong tonight. The latest satellite picture this evening shows a very well-formed hurricane moving into the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. The last couple of images shows the storm maybe moving on a little bit more of a westerly heading. And just recently, over the past hour, it's gone past this buoy over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. And here's a look at some of the winds and some of the ocean locations. And I call your attention to the center of a hurricane there. As the storm was approaching, there was a north wind reported at 63 miles per hour, then at 92 miles per hour sustained out of the north-northwest. Then as the storm went by, the wind switched around to the south at 83 miles per hour. Rough goings out there in the Gulf tonight. Obviously, seas out there have been running 40-plus feet in some of those spots. Latest advisory, winds down just a tick. This is still a powerful Category 4, 140-mile-per-hour winds moving west-northwest at 10 miles per hour. The future track is virtually unchanged from what we've shown you the past day or so. Again, a landfall expected early Saturday morning somewhere on the upper Texas coast most likely. Here's the problem in the long range. Look at the risk area. It's a big circle because this storm is expected to stall out somewhere over Texas and could be drifting around there for several days, causing terrible amounts of rain. Hurricane warnings still in effect, Port O'Connor to Morgan City. Tropical storm warnings are in effect for New Orleans. What's going to steer this storm? Well, we had a little dip in the jet stream today that might have caused a little bit of a northwest jog, but that's moving out tonight, and it looks like this high is going to build in tomorrow morning. That's what's maybe steering the storm a little bit more to the west tonight. The key will be how long does the storm move more to the west-northwest, because by tomorrow night, this high moves off to the east. When that high moves off to the east will determine when the turn takes place and brings it into land. And of course, the exact location of that landfall critical as to determine who is going to have the catastrophic storm surge in their area. As we all know, just to the right of where the center comes in, that's where the worst will be. More on the South Florida forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, David. Back in Galveston tonight, police are refusing to abandon their city like many New Orleans officers did. And now we're getting a look at where they will be riding out the storm. CBS 4's Mike Kirsch plans to be there with them. He joins us now live. Mike, I'm sure you're scouring the city for the safest possible place.
Well, we're trying to, Maggie, and we're going to have Rudy Marshall, our cameraman here, my colleague here who's been around the world with me, push down into the heart of Galveston, Texas right now. You see the lights are still on, but in the next 24 hours, power is going to go out here when Rita comes through, and police officers here are telling us they believe they will be in a world of trouble.
The waves are starting to pick up. It was kind of a calm, flat earlier.
As Hurricane Rita churns ever closer to Galveston, Texas, police officer John Thorne has a humbling message for America.
Just pray for us, and if we call for your help, we'd be more than happy to have it.
A painful plea for help from a man known as Galveston's strongest cop. He bench presses 550 pounds. He's the one SWAT calls in to bust through the door first. But in the eyes of Rita, Thorne is only a man who best leave town, and quickly.
Well, every Galveston police officer is going to be putting their life on the line. Nobody is not going to be here so that they can be safe. This is my wife. Yes, baby. Okay, good. Okay, you safe? Okay. Okay, baby. I love you too. Okay, my wife is safe on in Conroe at this time. They're going to go to. She's going to sleep a little bit and continue on to Dallas sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Did she say anything in particular? Just take care and.
Said that her and my son miss me and they love me. And what we're going to do is just we're going to hunker down as brothers in blue and ride it out.
Officer John Thorne and the 180-member Galveston police force are determined to stay put during the hurricane and are planning to make their last stand here at the San Luis Resort, which stands just 25 feet above sea level, across the street from where Rita will make landfall.
You can see how high San Luis is built up. This right here is an old war bunker, which is what's going to be sort of like what we call going to be our fortress during the hurricane.
That's your fallback position, basically,
for all the emergency personnel, the fire, police, EMS.
Inside that bunker, which is built into the hotel.
Well, yes, it's built.
Or they built a hotel around it, Gordon, sort of.
It's what it looks like. I'm not real for sure with the exact history on it, but it goes all the way across the San Luis, and I'm sure I'll remain calm and not be too worried about it. But anybody with common sense or a God-fearing man would have a little bit of concern about the possibilities of destruction and the loss of life. So
where we're driving right now could very well be way underwater tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And we're back out live here in Galveston, Texas, and really all the police can hope for right now is that Rita starts moving northeast, perhaps toward Beaumont, Texas, because if Rita comes through here with the eye, these gentlemen, these women in blue here in Galveston, Texas, feel they could be underwater. We're live in Galveston. Mike Kirsch, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Be sure to keep it here for the most extensive team coverage of Hurricane Rita. Brian Andrews, Carrie Codd, and Mike Kirsch will cover the storm from beginning to end. Their live reports right here on CBS 4 News.
New from the news desk tonight, 3 people are pulled from the water after their boat capsizes off Virginia Key. CBS 4's Beatrice Canals now at the breaking news desk with details. Beatrice?
Rob, those men were in a 17-foot boat on a fishing trip on Biscayne Bay near Virginia Key when rough seas bounced that vessel right into a coral reef.
We were going to a place we usually fish, and we hit something, a rock, I presume, on the bottom, because they were kind of wavy, you know, going up and down. And we hit a rock on the bottom, and about 2 minutes later, we were swimming.
Well, Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say those men should not have been out on the boat, in the small boat in the choppy waters. They are fortunate that none of them was hurt. At the breaking news desk, Beatrice Canal, CBS 4 News Tonight.
They've revolutionized the way we listen to music, and now people are listening to a lot more than just songs on their iPods and other MP3 players. Tonight, CBS 4 investigates sex pods.
Adult-oriented podcasts are exploding in popularity. Free downloads are available to all on the web.
That means kids can get them, and many parents are stunned to learn what their kids could be listening to. Here's CBS 4's Jennifer Santiago. Jen.
Maggie and Rob, MP3 players have changed a lot in the 4 years they've been around. Just take a look at Apple's slick new Nano, which makes the Mini look big. It can hold 1,000 songs, or in some cases erotic stories, and parents may never know it. Here's the lowdown on dirty downloads as we examine sex pods.
From rock to hip-hop, top 40 to jazz, you name it, you can download it. Apple's iTunes has become music to millions of ears, but now the company is singing a different tune. In June, Apple's online music store launched a variety of podcasts, and some may have you turning a deaf ear.
Lucy, standing a few feet away, shot me another interested smile as if she understood exactly what my appraising glances meant.
Material too explicit for us to play in its entirety. Podcasts dubbed porncasts are saturating iPods and MP3 players with names like Fetish Flame and shows titled Gay Sexcapades. Anyone with a little free time and recording software can have their own show. And those behind the mic are free to say whatever they choose. That's because podcasts are transmitted through the internet and are exempt from the indecency rules governed by the FCC.
Hello, and welcome to Open Source Sex. I'm Violet Blue.
Blue, a sex therapist, has written several books on the topic and says her show is not about pornography.
Sex podcasting, at least at this time, has to have substance to interest people. And when was the last time you saw a porn video with any substance in it?
But as podcasting reaches a more mainstream audience, there is the possibility these steamy broadcasts could get into the hands of someone who shouldn't be listening.
That's a popular song now.
11-year-old Jessica Trevisas loves to listen to music on her iPod, especially Hilary Duff. And while it may seem innocent enough, Jessica's mother was stunned to learn what we found and wanted to listen with her daughter so she would know right from wrong.
As she lay on top of him, Lisa was suddenly feeling the joy of sex.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
I didn't understand half of it, but the other half that I did understand, I really wouldn't want to listen to it again.
Sex podcasting totally isn't what people think it is. They see the word sex or porn, and especially in conjunction with iTunes, and they have a reaction.
Until it was all the way inside.
Wow, that's pornographic.
School board member Dr. Marta Perez says even though iPods are prohibited during school hours, she plans on doing her part to raise awareness.
For parents to know that this is happening, I think that as a school board we can certainly also help to alert parents.
And for parents like Terry Trevisas, who is vigilant about downloading her daughter's music, other kids may be getting away with it if their parents aren't doing the same. Apple does display explicit warnings, which are only visible on the computer screen, but once podcasts are downloaded into the iPod, there's no way for a parent to know, as some raunchy broadcasts use typical names like Alexis that blend right in with the names of, say, pop singer Hilary Duff.
You know, we'll definitely have to, keep tight control over what she can listen to.
So once again, most adult-oriented podcasts do have that explicit label, but since there's no regulation, it's downloader beware. Live in satellite control, Jennifer Santiago, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Thank you, Jen. David Bernard joins us now. David, I don't think anybody in the Gulf imagined they would be using the lessons of Katrina so soon.
Amazingly so, and unfortunately this evacuation in Houston, is really out of hand right now. The traffic unbelievable. Would that have been happening if there had been no Katrina? Probably not. That's a direct result of it, most likely. Outside tonight, we're looking at upper 70s in West Miami-Dade at Weather Control and at Miami International. 83 at Fort Lauderdale and Key West. 8 on the stickiness scale. Extra steamy, feels like 84 out there. And at Weather Control, we picked up 7/100ths of an inch of rain for today. Real-time Doppler 4. Another little band of showers moving into Key Biscayne right now. Some of those will be moving into parts of the beach, especially around South Beach, over the next few minutes. Everything's moving from generally the southeast to the northwest. Some rain showers around Hialeah. Those have now pushed off to the northwest and continuing to move out into the Everglades. So a few more showers possible around the rest of the evening. Earlier today, we saw quite a heavy band come up toward Key West. It kind of fell apart as it reached there, but lots of rain on the west coast right now, Sarasota and down toward Naples. And there you can see our little band of rain that looks like it's still going to come in over the next hour or so and bring a few showers to parts of the area. There's the big picture, the monster in the central Gulf of Mexico for tonight. Still maintaining strong Category 4 status with 140-mile-per-hour winds, a very well-defined eye. Again, generally still moving to the west-northwest at about 10 miles per hour, and that's making a beeline for the upper Texas coast, the southwest Louisiana coast. So that landfall by Saturday morning could be anywhere from Galveston and maybe all the way over toward Cameron, Louisiana. We'll probably know a little bit better by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, exactly where the storm is going to end up. So here's the weather picture tonight with Rita in the Gulf. And then as we go through the nighttime hours and into tomorrow for our weather, we'll still see some passing showers in the area for tomorrow. A southeast wind continuing. Cloudy at times, but again, periods of sun. It won't be cloudy all day long. And a few showers, but they won't last too long. And then for Saturday, a nice ocean breeze. Still some showers around. That moisture tail finally pulling away as Rita begins to push inland. And on Sunday, looks like a little more sun around with only a few showers. Here's what the forecast is calling for tonight. Warm and humid, showers in spots, 78 degrees, 88 tomorrow, lots of clouds, some passing showers. And here's the forecast for the weekend. The boating, east 15 to 20 with a moderate chop, and look for highs around 89 through Sunday. And again, more sun on Sunday. And in case you were wondering, fall began this evening around 6:23.
All right, thank you, David. Still ahead for us tonight, his body was found buried in his backyard. Up next, the critical clue police are looking for to help them solve a Fort Lauderdale man's murder.
And then what happened to 2 children at the center of a missing child alert. CBS 4 News Tonight will be right back.
Tonight, Dave's in the audience with Stump the Band.
Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail.
Plus, Terry Hatcher and music from Sheryl Crow, all new tonight.
CBS 4 News brings you more morning news, traffic, and weather with half the commercials.
Get more of the news you want right now.
Only on CBS 4 News this morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. Driving records shocking. Their licenses suspended. But that doesn't keep them off our streets.
As a judge, there are people I would like to put in jail and don't.
Why not? You won't believe this one. License to Kill, tomorrow at 11 on 4.
Enthusiastic about driving? Lauderdale BMW understands your passion. Lease a new X3 sports activity vehicle for $349. Standard all-wheel drive system, spacious interior, automatic transmission, plus an eye-catching panoramic moonroof. Zero cost, full maintenance. Exhilarating to drive. Any road, anytime, any reason. Lauderdale BMW with 2 locations in Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines. Lauderdale BMW, the real difference.
Medicare is changing in 2006. If you have questions about the changes, we can help you find the answers. Stop by the Humana Mobile Medicare Information Center and talk face-to-face with a Humana Medicare advisor. Visit one of the locations near you. Let's talk.
As Hurricane Rita bears down on the Gulf Coast, CBS 4 News is there with a team of reporters live in Texas and Louisiana. Plus, storm specialist Brian Norcross and David Bernard track the powerful storm's every move. For continuing coverage of Hurricane Rita, keep watching CBS 4 News.
Ebert and Roper give Proof 2 thumbs way up. Pitch perfect. Extraordinary.
How long have you known about this?
It's mesmerizing. It simply must be seen. Proof from director John Madden. Rated PG-13. Now playing select cities.
At Lexus, we believe having control of your car starts even before you get behind the wheel. Up to 45 custom preferences on the LS acknowledge that your Lexus is yours, and yours alone. Lexus personalized settings. See your South Florida Lexus dealer.
Join Lisa Petrillo for Ocean Drive's Fall Fashion Review, Saturday at 7:30 on 4. If you see news in the making, dial star CBS 4 on your T-Mobile cellular phone.
Police are looking for a car belonging to a man found buried in his backyard. 60-year-old Richard Shoemaker was first reported missing last week. His body was found buried over the weekend. Investigators are now looking for his 2005 black Mercedes 4-door C230, the license plate S7271U. If you see this car, call Broward Crime Stoppers. The number's 954-493-TIPS.
2 children reported missing from North Miami Elementary are back home with their mother tonight. The 5- and 6-year-olds walked to a family friend's home yesterday because their mother's boyfriend was late picking them up. The children were found this morning after another child realized police were looking for them.
The Panthers back on the ice, getting ready for the puck to drop on the regular season.
And it's Pedro versus Dontrell in a pitcher's duel at Shea. Kim Bocamper will have the highlights next in sports.
First, tonight's Fantasy 5 numbers. CBS 4 News Tonight will be right back.
Hi, I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. This weekend, we're running ceramic tile on sale for 59 cents. Hurry, this sale ends Monday at 8 p.m.
The new LR3 by Land Rover.
accolades from around the world, including 2005 Motor Transport Utility of the Year. Wow. Special lease and finance rates available.
Pick up the Sun Sentinel and see how we can help you keep your family safe.
I'm Kavita Varma-White, Sun Sentinel Health and Family Editor. How can I help you?
Prevent dangerous mold in your home. Protect yourself from consumer ripoffs.
I'm John Burstein, Sun Sentinel reporter. How can I help you?
Find out the latest efforts to keep offenders away from your kids. Safeguard your family during hurricane season. Helpful, useful, local. Sun Sentinel. How can we help you?
I chose this particular paint for 2 reasons. It matched my face and my budget.
The Home Depot has the know-how and everything else you need to fill your home with color this weekend, including brushes, primers, and great prices on paint. Now through Monday, get $5 off by mail-in rebate on 1-gallon cans at the #1 rated Behr Paints and Stains. And save even more with $20 off 5-gallon buckets.
At the Home Depot, you can do it, we can help.
The BMW 5 Series with active steering. It handles so well, it's like riding on rails. Experience the pure joy of driving today. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Closed captioning sponsored by City Furniture, now offering same-day delivery 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Jeff Katz. 30 years ago, I founded Dolphin Carpet and Tile. This weekend, we're running genuine hardwood on sale for $2.99 a square foot. Hurry in. This sale ends Monday at 8 p.m.
Kim Bokamper here with sports. Dontrell rolls to number 22, while the Marlins, well, they keep their faint wild card hopes alive. Would-be Rod Stewart making an appearance at Shea. I guess he looks all right. 2 down in the 5th. Juan Encarnacion squeezes one down the line off Pedro Martinez. Robert Andino scores on the double. 2-1 Marlins. Dontrell Willis hangs on from there. He gets Mike Piazza swinging with 2 runners on to end the 7th. Marlins top the Mets 2-1. Dontrell record now 22-9. The Heat signed 9-time All-Star Gary Payton to a 1-year contract. By adding Payton to the roster, the Heat gained valuable depth in the backcourt. The 37-year-old point guard averaged 11 points last season for the Boston Celtics. And hold on, what's this? That's right, hockey's back and so are the fights. The Panthers' Gary Roberts mixing it up in Atlanta. The Cats have some punch inside the blue line as well. Stephen Weiss with his 2nd goal of the night. The Panthers beat the Thrashers 4-3 in exhibition play. That's going to do it for sports. More news right after this.
You told us you wanted cleaner stores and friendlier service.
Guess what?
So do we. Winn-Dixie is like part of your family.
And you're a part of ours. We want you to know we have one goal. Better.
Better.
In every store. Better in every department. Because your family deserves better.
Winn-Dixie, getting better all the time.
Everybody wants a great deal on a new car, but not any dealership can deliver. Well, at Esserman International Kia, you want it, you got it. You want the all-new redesigned Kia Spectra starting from just $11,495? You got it. You want scheduled maintenance included for the entire first year of your lease? You got it. Esserman International Kia. You want it, we got it. So get it.
Esserman Internacional, pegadito al International Mall.
Going on now, it's Macy's Fall Sale, our biggest sale of the year, with the lowest advertised sale prices of the season. Get great savings store-wide and 15% off regular price fashions at Macy's. Way to shop.
We make a trip, you and me.
Ben and his dad are hitting the road.
Hey, man!
What?
This is a very small stadium.
Share the love.
You think you're the first one who didn't understand his father?
Share the adventure.
Hold still. Why would you hit a fish?
But don't share too much.
So did you guys sleep together before you got married? I went too far.
Gene Shalit calls The Thing About My Folks marvelous, funny, and true to the heart. The Thing About My Folks.
What's the matter? Not how I ever pictured it. Not that I ever pictured it.
Rated PG-13. In theaters this Friday.
The Subaru Outback. The go-anywhere, do-anything sport utility wagon. It makes other vehicles seem prehistoric, or at least pre-Subaru. Subaru Outback.
Through October 3rd, get $1,000 customer cash savings or 1.9% APR for well-qualified applicants on all 2006 Outback models.
Here's a look at tonight's Cash 3 and Play 4 numbers.
CBS 4 News Tonight will be right back.
$99 a month. Buy a new 05 Hyundai Elantra from just $99 a month. Only at Bill Seidel Hyundai, Northwest 36th Street and 32nd Avenue, just $10 east of the airport.
Okay, guys, looks great. Let's do this.
Cindy Crawford Home, now exclusively at Rooms to Go.
Deafening silence. Modern history. Working vacation. Performance hybrid. Unexpected performance with low emissions. It's one contradiction that makes perfect sense. Introducing the Lexus RX 400h. The world's first luxury hybrid. See your South Florida Lexus dealer.
You can still discover a Caribbean that hasn't been supersized or commercialized, with a unique fusion of British and African cultures, unspoiled wonders, and genuine pride. Barbados.
An 8-day, 7-night Best of Barbados vacation starts at $585 per person, including hotel and round-trip airfare. Visit Liberty Travel at libertytravel.
Marshall's Law number 6. You can't choose your DNA, but you can always choose your genes. Designer fall fashions. Fabulous prices you'll fall for. That's Marshall's Law.
Have you heard? Medicare is changing in 2006. New prescription drug benefits and greater access to health care for rural Americans are just two of the changes. If you have questions in the coming weeks, we can help you find the answers. The Humana Mobile Medicare Information Center is coming to Miami. You can talk face-to-face with a Humana Medicare advisor and learn how to make the most out of your health care options. Have your Medicare questions answered by Humana's knowledgeable team. Look for the Humana Mobile Centers nearest you at the following locations. Let's talk.
Tomorrow, critics are calling Flight Plan a heart-stopping thriller.
Where's Julia?
Jodie Foster rocks. Fasten your seatbelts and hang on for a first-rate action thriller.
I'm gonna find my daughter.
Flight Plan, rated PG-13, in theaters tomorrow.
$99 a month. But buy a new i5 Kia Spectra from just $99 a month. Only at Bill Seidel Kia, Northwest 36th Street and 32nd Avenue, just $10 east of the airport.
And remember, when you see news happening, give us a call. Our tip line is 866-658-TIPS.
You can also send us pictures or video at pix4@cbs4.com.
And that's CBS 4 News Tonight. Be sure to join us at 5 a.m. for CBS 4 News This Morning, now with half the commercials.
Half the fat. David Letterman is up next.
Less filling.
Less filling.
Tastes better.
It is. It's a great show. See you tomorrow.
The thrilling season premiere of Number